So they be calling you a radical. So this mournful, historic day, and this is a day of mourning, a really hardcore day of mourning. I really can't believe it, to be honest with you. All these years, they've thrown by. Get your Harvard Letterman sweater on. Get your football, both of them. Drum roll, please. Get your two footballs. Is that Harvard? NFL, signed by Pete Rozelle. Yeah, signed by Rashid Shaheed, 22. Oh no, that says, what? That says Lieber State on it. So, when I was a professor, why the mask? When I was a professor, student professor, when I was a student, the highest undergraduate score in the history of School of Business was the class of 96, Weber State. My class. I used to tell Clyde Cooley, you must throw mine out. I was a professor then, student professor. I was a Wall Street guy. We used to compete with Harvard. We used to compete with Wharton, Trump's old school. Before there was M.I.T. TV in the White House, there was Barry Antoinette. I think about it. Wharton, Harvard. I don't think Trump ever set foot in Wharton. His sister, the judge, the federal judge, says that there was a guy, you know. I remember I used to make my students take their tests in the classroom because how easy was to go to the test center, pay someone to do it. So, it's a mournful, horrible day. My dad died on January 11th, the prime of his life, nuked to death. Died at sunset. You really gonna watch him load him in the body bag? Yeah. Love hurts you sometimes. It's not so easy to find. Annika died. She was born and raised in Ukraine. She was my partner for a long time on January 11th. It's Earth Day now, January 11th. Remember that great interview I did with the guy who started Earth Day? Love hurts you sometimes. Aaron Swartz died on January 11th. Alexander Hamilton, who I'm direct bloodlines of. I worked so hard to get his grade restored back in the day. Invaders. USFL's back. Before there was M.I.T. TV in the White House, there was Barry Antoinette, Heyman and Ortiz, Heyman and Ortiz, John Holder and all the criminals at Harvard. Charles Lieber, ruling yesterday by the courts, Harvard not responsible. So I used to know the endowment guy, that guru who ran the endowment at Harvard. I knew him when I was on Wall Street. We both were the same type of creature. Derivative arbitrage specialist, very good at what I did, so was he. We both got animal leukemia. Both of us. I'm in the bone marrow transplant fighting for my life, clinging to life. I watched Annika go of this disease. I watched my dad go of this disease. I met Annika in the Nevada test site. I was introduced to her by Megan Rice's mother. Yeah, Madeline. Love hurts you sometimes. So I'm clinging to life. I've been in that unit for a year and a half. Can't travel. Can't do anything. I'm dying. Third round of chemo. I have AML de novo. I'm sucked up to 120 pounds. My doctor says, well, I want to go to the Aaron Swartz hearing. I want to go see my daughter. I want to go see my friends in New York. Well, I think it's time. Maybe it'll help you. It's cold there. It's New York in the winter. Yeah. The nurses and doctors paid for my trip. I'd gone so broke you don't even know. I had to fork over everything. So I go. Aaron Swartz is trying to cut a deal. Haymorn and Ortiz. No deal. No deal. What Barack Obama did to the truthers what well, Mike TV, Wharton, Harvard. Weber State used to always beat them. We'd beat them every year for 9 years. But then Warren Buffett rolled in and Bill Gates and stole their school business. First to worst. Love hurts you sometimes. I was just thinking about that song. I woke up thinking about it. That's got to be my favorite music video ever. And that's saying a lot. I go back to the pioneers of music videos. Video. You know, digital ledger. I'll show you a fucking digital ledger. Mournful fucking hardcore day. No deal. 35 years. We're not cutting a deal. Do we have a deal? No. Haymorn and Ortiz at Harvard. Charles Lieber at Harvard. Barry Antoinette at Harvard. You must be on the basketball team. No. Talk about imperialist roots. CIA, NSA, CFR, the new branches of government in the United States, the nuclear energy imperialists. The only time I broke down in this long, I was given 2 months to live. My case is going to be in the medical journal in February. I'll be the first one. I already am the first one to make it 10 years with this type of a disease, de novo, with a marker this high, willingly, without a transplant. So I'm in Chelsea. I'm down there and it's fucking cold. The only time I ever broke down, I just completely lost it. I mean, lost it. Like I've never lost it in my life. More than even when I watched them load Annika and my father in the body bag. I just lost it. Completely lost it. I'm like, I'm going to die. This is it. The aura was all the way. I shot this really cool video. I'll try to shut it down. Chelsea, these construction workers just walking a simple, you know, when it was in my mind the whole afternoon. The next day when I flew home, I had no idea that Aaron Swartz was dead. I met him in a candy store that the girls had turned into apartments under the BQE. You want to go see the guy that killed Malcolm X? I used to say, come on, he's working at McDonald's. I used to visit with him. I was always a big fan of the real Malcolm X. All my years as the activist in New York City for all those years at Washington Square. Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton. Always knew he was my bloodline. My daughter says, your dream come true. You got the DNA back. Yeah, I always knew it. And Abraham Lincoln. Before there was Mike TV, Fox News puppet in the White House, there was Barry Antoinette Obama. Harvard, the head of the snake. Hey man and Ortiz. Hey man and Ortiz. I like that song so much of Van Halen because Eddie plays the piano and the guitar on that rooftop. That thing is a fucking masterpiece. Video. Love hurts you sometimes. It's not so easy to find. But there will always be, honestly. You can always have trust in me. Because my heart will always be there, honestly. I never gave up this fight. I will never give up this fight till the fucking day I died. Never. Never. What they did to fucking him. Harvard. Put him up on the pedestal, pull the chair out, and then Snowjob takes the field. You know about Laura, he handed the chip. Greenwald, I asked Greenwald, the University I ran from me. They're frauds. Snowjob's a fucking snowblower fraud. Where's the other chip? Did you have it back? I threw it away. Yeah, he did. She never put any. Did you know she's the M.I.T. endowment? You know, he went loony. The M.I.T. freaking endowment, he went paranoid, schizophrenic, crazy. That's her dad. She's a billionaire. She stands on the stage at the Oscars with Lindsay Mills. Having my baby. The end of Anonymous. January 11th, 2013. The Million Mass March really grew out of that. The no-knock war to Matthew Stewart. The death of Danielle Willard. Fukushima. You don't think Aaron Swartz knew about Fukushima? You don't think he knew? Yeah, we're so. Why would they give him 35 years for simply a fucking couple alligator clips in a fucking onto a server, onto a brick? I've held the real brick in my hand, the decipher brick. I've held it. One of his friends, autistic, is getting around. Here, this is it. He tried to give it to me. And I'm like, remember when we posted at Fox News? I'm like, I'm not getting on an airplane with that. You're not doing that to me. Barrett Brown says it better than anyone. Why should I keep my activism going? I went to prison for all these for simply forwarding an email. That was Obama. I put the truth right in your face. American fucking, you don't give a fuck. Love hurts you sometimes. It's not so easy to find. You can always have trust in me, 'cause I will